Isn't he cute? I love him. He's my little helper today. Woo. I never took the tag off of him. I got him for Christmas like 2 years ago. And if you don't know who this is, then I don't know if we can be friends. Just kidding. But you should know who this is. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. So today I'm filming my top 5 tips for sorority recruitment, or rush as some schools call it. My school doesn't call it rush, we call it recruitment. That's just kind of how it is. And this is mainly going to be for schools that don't have houses or your typical sorority recruitment. Our recruitment process is different. I'll try and explain it as best I can, and maybe your school has something similar, so some of the videos on YouTube aren't exactly that helpful for you, and I wrote them all down in my little notebook here, so I'll be looking at that. So my sorority recruitment at my school starts off with a big organization fair, and all the Greek organizations are invited to come and have a table, and you can go and meet as many people as you want. And then depending on the semester and depending on how things go, that org fair is for clubs and organizations, so it's everybody including Greek life. And then we also have just a straight Greek organization fair, so it's only Greek organizations, no other clubs or anything. And then from there, we all start our recruitment. I am personally in a local organization. I'm in an organization called Alpha Iota Chi, which is AIX in Greek letters, and that means that it is only on our campus. I'm not affiliated with a national, so I'm not in Pan-Hellenic or any of that stuff, so I don't really know too much about it, so I can't talk about it that much, but there are plenty of videos on YouTube of girls that are in Pan-Hellenic national organizations that you can go watch. I watch them, they exist. So for my organization, our recruitment process is a little bit different. The nationals do all their recruitment together, so it's similar to the way that rush is done at other schools, where you go from house to house, but for us it's room to room, and it's a number of days, and you eliminate which organizations you don't want to join and all that sort of stuff. But for my organization, we have a local council with the other local organizations at my school, and we have a fair, so to speak, and you can come see all the locals, and then from there we usually branch off and do our own recruitment events on our own, so you are free to go to whoever's recruitment you want. A little confusing, so if you have any questions about that, you can leave those down in the description box, or you can send me a tweet, whatever you want. But just so you have a rundown of the sort of recruitment I went through and where I got these tips from. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So my first tip is don't stress. I know that it can be really stressful. I remember when I first went out for recruitment, I started with the national recruitment and them telling me, okay, so you're gonna meet all 4 organizations, and tomorrow morning you'll have an email of who you've been asked back to see, and then you'll narrow it down from there. And I was like, but how am I one of like 100 people, but I don't even remember how many people went out for my recruitment, going to make a first impression? And it was so overwhelming to me. And even for my own sorority, when I found my organization during that recruitment process, making sure that I was making a good impression, it was just all very stressful. But don't stress. You will end up where you're supposed to end up, and I don't know how to explain it, but it just works out that way. I trust the system, and you kind of just go with your gut and with your heart, and it will lead you to the organization that's right for you. If you're stressed about making a first impression and talking to people, what I did and what I find really helpful is going with talking points. So if you're talking to someone one-on-one or 2 sisters, I would suggest asking them like what made them join Greek life, or asking them what their philanthropy is, because that'll help you get a feel for the type of people you want to be around. Every organization is different, and that's what makes them all unique. And if you are really, really involved with something, if you are so passionate about animal rights, or you're really passionate about breast cancer, there is definitely an organization that has a philanthropy for that, and you might fit in really well with them. So finding something about that organization that just makes you really love it is going to help you narrow it down, and it's going to help you be less stressed talking to the people, and it's going to make them more warm to you as well. My next tip is don't go into this this being recruitment, thinking you know which organization you want to join. I initially went in only looking at nationals. I had no idea what a local organization was, and I just happened to find my organization at the Greek Life Fair, and I'm so glad that I did. Any preconceived notion that I had about what organization I was going to join kind of went out the window, and once I found them I was like, that's it, this is the organization I'm joining. And you have to try a few things to figure out what you want. It's really hard because sometimes you think you know what you want, but you don't actually know what you want until you find it. So going in with an open mind and again, just trusting the system and trusting yourself, it will really open you up. And especially if you're going to school that has a pretty open recruitment style, I guess is the word I would use, where it's not so structured, where it's like in a rigid week, you're going to all these houses, you do have a little bit more say in who you're going to choose. And that's not to say you don't have a choice at those places. I know that a lot of the places that have houses, it is very much based on what you want, but if you're not open to everything, then you might be closing yourself off to something really amazing. So just open yourself up to all the possibilities that are out there. So my next tip is don't limit yourself into going out for Greek life. And there's a couple things that I have to say in this, so give me a second to sort of get my thoughts together. So at my school, you can't join a Greek organization if you're a first semester transfer student, or it's your freshman, like your first semester as a freshman year. In your first semester freshman year, wow, can't speak. And that's just a way for the school to make sure that Greek life isn't taking over your life and you're getting acclimated to the school and all that sort of stuff. But even still, go out to Greek life events. I remember my freshman fall, no one was doing intake. It was like a clean slate sort of thing for the school. So we were able to go to Greek events and like organization fair type things and get to know some of the sisters and learn about different organizations. And it's a way for you to learn about all the different organizations out there, and it's a way for them to get to know you and remember your face. So even if you can't join in a semester, still go to things because people remember conversation, people remember faces really well, and when you can join, they'll be like, oh yes, I remember you, I remember we talked about nail polish, and you can start a great conversation from there. Also going along with that, don't limit yourself to not going out for Greek life. We have had sisters join their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, and I know that if I hadn't joined Greek life, I would not be the same person I am today, which is really weird to say, but I love my sisters and I love my sisterhood that I'm in, and I couldn't imagine my life without them. So if you have always wanted to go for Greek life, or even if you're just interested, still go. And if you're not interested, go too, especially as a freshman or a sophomore, because it's a really great way to open yourself up to something new, and you never know what you're gonna find there. So this next thing is a little weird. I think it's important personally, but that's just who I am. And it's pay attention to dress codes. Your first impression on people is so important, and it's almost like an interview going through recruitment, and you wouldn't show up to an interview in sweatpants or leggings and a t-shirt. Like, you would want to put your best foot forward. So if you are going out to sorority recruitment, some recruitments have specific dress codes. I know that a lot of the big nationals with houses have very specific dress codes. They tell you what you should wear every day and the classification of it, like whether it's casual or dressy and sometimes we do that depending on the event, but usually it's fairly casual. Just make yourself look good, because you want to put your best foot forward. And the last tip that I have for you guys is just to be yourself. You know yourself when you're having a conversation with someone. You can tell right away whether they're being real with you or whether they're being fake. And when we are talking to a lot of people, the sheer amount of people that go out for sorority recruitment is unreal. And right off the bat what you can tell when someone's being themselves or when they're not. And you're doing a disservice not only to the people you're talking to, you're doing a disservice to yourself. You are you. You are the only you that there is, and that's what makes you so unique. So don't take that away from yourself. Be yourself. Let your true personality shine through. And whether you're worried about that's what's going to keep you from joining an organization, don't, because that organization doesn't deserve you if you're being yourself. So just be you and you will definitely find where you're supposed to be. That is everything I have for you today, guys. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button right there down below so you can see more videos. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about, please feel free to leave it in the comments down below, or like I said, you can tweet me or you can Instagram me. My social media as well is going to be in this description box. That's what it's called, the little thing down there. And if you want me to upload another video talking about Greek life, sorority life, recruitment, I will be happy to do so. I wanted to get this video up as soon as possible just because I know a lot of you are heading back to school. Some people have already started their recruitment or are getting ready to go into recruitment, but my school doesn't start recruitment until the end of September. I'm not going back to school for another 3 weeks. So while we still have a lot of time to think about it, I know a lot of you are already heading back. So yeah, that's why this video is going up so soon. And I have a bunch of back to school videos lined up to show you guys, so make sure you stick around. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye! Darn it, thought I had a good take. And I have just grown so much, and that's not what I wanted to say at all. Do you know I can't frown? It's really, really weird. I'm trying. I'm really trying. That's my frown. I can't do it. I don't know why. I just can't.